Well, hello there. It's a hot one today, again. You saw the heat warning, and that's been going on off and on, okay, the past few days. And you can see also what else has been going on the past few days. You saw that lightning there. There was a big bunch of rain that came through, a bunch of wind. Almost a tornado, I guess, in Osage City, but a lot of wind and hail, and they got thrashed around over there. So here's what's been going on the past few days. After staying with Carol and Rick, thanks again, Carol and Rick, and visiting and working with and riding on the horses. Hey, Claire, my special baby. I'll look, I'm in shade. With the 105, 110 heat index days coming up, and the 2 and 3 and 4 inches of rain scheduled for the following few days, I thought it was safest that I get to run up to town. So Carol and Rick, they ran me into town from their place, and so I stayed in Overland Park for 3 nights, and got some new pants. I'll show them to you later. I've got them rolled up so you can't see them. Anyway, I got some new pants. Thank you, Jerry Wallen, for the birthday present. And I got some new boots. I'll show you those later because, yeah, I'll show you those later. Got rid of the trail runners. I mean, they were fine, but they were just not my thing. And after 600 miles, they needed changing anyway. Oh, there. So, stayed in Overland Park, like I said, 3 nights, and now I'm taking off for the Missouri border. I could have waited another night, but because I think it's supposed to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, but not much. So I'll just do a little bit lower mileage today, about 12 miles, I think, 13, and hopefully get into the motel on the south side of Kansas City before it gets too beastly hot, although it is right now, and it's about 10 o'clock. And then the next day, I'll go to Lee's Summit. That'll be another high heat index day, so that'll be another short day, about 12 miles, and then it should cool off after that, and I should be getting my mileage back up. So that's what's been going on here. I have to say that a couple of interesting things feeling about this area here. I'm in Leawood now, which is right next door to Overland Park. It's really pretty. They have all these trails going through the trees and the little streams there, and they kind of remind me a little bit of where I'm from in Southern California. I mean, not all these trees and stuff, but the trails and everything. And also what reminds me of where I'm from is all the hustle and bustle of the cars, the traffic, the stores, the shops, the restaurants, you name it, it's all here. So that's kind of almost a culture shock after so many months of being out in the wide open areas and everything, in the small towns. And the Missouri border is coming up here in just a few miles, and I don't know what to think. Well, I do kind of know what to think about it, but I don't know how to put it in words yet. So maybe when I get there, I can blab a little bit more and express my feelings and emotions. I don't know. But I will say that Kansas has been a very nice state. and I definitely want to come back. Yes, I do. Not that I don't want to come back to the other places I've been either, but there's been something special about Kansas I still can't put my finger on, with the exception of, as I've mentioned a few times now, that at the beginning of the trip, before I started, I saw light when I saw Kansas. So that's enough blabbering for now. I'll blab some more when I get to the border. Well, can you hear the noise in the background there? Coming up to a freeway, and guess what? Coming up to the Kansas-Missouri border. Still don't know what to say, except mixed emotions. Kind of, I guess, in anticipation and looking forward to my halfway mark, mileage-wise, when I hit the Missouri River, right around Boonville. That's about another 120 miles, something like that. But I guess, too, I don't know, reflection back on Kansas, the light that I felt throughout the whole state, the wide open spaces, what I saw as beauty. Of course, the heat, the dry heat in the west, the moist heat in the east, the lightning, the rain, the wind at times, and especially, I would say, the people. Everybody, without exception in Kansas, has been nice, down to earth. I don't know how to describe it. I guess you would just describe it. They've got that Kansas in them, right? Kansas, it's been fun, it's been nice. Everyone I met there, I hope to come back again sometime, and hopefully I'll get to see you again. But now, just in a few minutes here, we're crossing the border from bye-bye Kansas to hello and show me Missouri.
So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. For a long time since I've been home, and I gotta be drifting along. I've sung this song, but I'll sing it again, of the people I've met and the places I've been, on the road that followed my...
Well, Kansas, I must say, the pretty nondescript way that I entered you on that dirt road, having to make my own line when I entered Kansas, it's kind of anticlimactic as well to enter into Missouri and leave Kansas. There's no bye-bye Kansas sign. There's no Kansas welcomes you on the other side. It's just all about Missouri. So anyway, crossing the border from Kansas to Missouri. Bye-bye, Kansas. And show me what you got, Missouri. Well, one of the first things I've done since getting into Missouri here is I stopped at the gas station mini mart there on the corner, and look what I got. What is that? That's right, watermelon. And not only is it watermelon, but it's watermelon in sparkling water. And you know, I've been having the cravings lately with the watermelon and cherries and limes in a sparkling tea. So there you have it. So now I'm going down to a hopefully Filipino restaurant about 5 miles. I'll get back on the trail. It's about 5 miles that way. Filipino restaurant, Mel and May. I'll let you know how it is. It's a scorcher out here. Almost makes me want to jump in there. Operative word, of course, is almost. Although floating down here would be kind of nice, right, Renee? Well, this is the American Discovery Trail in the middle of Kansas City, Missouri. You'd never know, really, that you're in the middle of the city, would you? It's a nice trail. It's the Indian Creek Trail portion of the American Discovery Trail. Everything is hidden. You can of course, you can hear the din of the city, the traffic and all that. But still, being in the middle of the city, it looks very peaceful. Kansas City, Missouri, American Discovery Trail, and on the Indian Creek Trail. Okay, so I'm here with Brendan and Norma, and at Manila Bay Ihaw Ihaw. I just had some good adobo, some good pancit, halo halo, and gave me a bunch of other stuff, so thank you very much.
No problem.
You're welcome.
And you want to...
For the road.
Yeah, that's where you go.
Nice.
So you want to tell us about your stuff?
Okay.
About your restaurant
Brandon.
here?
Oh yeah, I mean, been here for about 3 years. We do Filipino food. We do fried chicken. We do grilled fish. We do grilled shrimp, adobo.
Platter.
Yeah, big platters for groups of 6 or more. We do buffets. We do boodle fights. Like you have like pretty much a buffet at your table.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is hand rolled, fresh. Only thing frozen is I think our halo halos. Everything is made fresh to serve up,
All right.
cooked to order.
Okay. And so again, you've been in business for how long?
Well, going on 3 years.
3 years? All right.
All word of mouth, Facebook.
Yep.
Just passing out flyers, man. That's about it.
Okay, so if you ever get into Kansas City, the south part of Kansas City, make sure you come to Manila Bay and have some good stuff.
Yeah, come check us out.
Yeah, check us out.
All right. I think I'm going into culture shock or something. I haven't seen this since I left California. Well, I did drive on the interstate up to Colorado Springs, but still. Oh, wow. I'll be glad to get back into the rural roads. So I did find this historic marker. I'll show it to you on the screen here. And what do you know? There's a security guard down there watching me in a van. You can't see him right now, but he's right down there, making sure I don't go down on the other side of their property. So anyway, guess it's the 2-mile detour, but at least I get the we get the little history lesson here. Here's some more things here. I'll show them to you. All right. Well, that detour was a detour that kept on giving. So anyway, I ended up staying in the Comfort Inn instead. Instead of going to the left I ended up going down the right to Lee's Summit to the Comfort Inn. Stayed there. Now look at this. The weather's really changed. It's nice and cool. It's humid though, so that mitigates it somewhat. Now I'm on my way to Pleasant Hill, and sometime today I'll be in the beginnings of the Rock Island Spur Trail, which connects to the Katy Trail, which I'll then take I think pretty much most of the way to St. Louis. Can't believe I'm saying St. Louis in the same breath of saying I'm taking, well, it just seems like it's so, I don't know. I'm getting to the second half of the trip. Anyway, speaking of the second half, ahead in Boonville, which is about, let's see, 49, 80 or 90 miles from here, I'll be at the halfway point, mileage-wise. I've already passed the halfway point time-wise, but now I'm at the, I guess you say the beginning of the end, or the beginning of whatever the new beginning is after this one. So anyway, let's see if I get any rain today, but it sure is humid and sticky, even though it's only about 75. All right, Pleasant Hill. All right, it didn't take long to get to pretty much country roads, or getting close to country rural roads. Oh, except for them. Oh, except for them. Oh, except for them. Oh, except for this car coming up. Pretty, huh? And the weather's definitely changed. Raining. But I got the umbrella. I got it in Kansas. Oh, I think it was Great Bend, somewhere around there, to keep the sun off me. So now it's coming in handy to keep the rain off. Well, I'm in the city of, or the town of Little Pleasant Hill right now. I was walking in the middle of the rain. It was about halfway here. And then a guy named Andrew, thanks a lot Andrew, said, hey, you're getting wet, get in. So I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, he brought me here to the police department because I'm going to camp in the fairgrounds, or I'm going to try to, and the information I had is that you had to come to the police department to get permission. But then they told me to come over here to City Hall first and see if City Hall will give me permission, and then come back here to the police department to let them know it's okay. Cross my fingers. So I'll try and get another shot here of Pleasant Hill. So far so good, and of course, you know, right when I get here the rain stops, which is good, but I was kind of soaking wet even with the umbrella. Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Here's some of the residential areas of Pleasant Hill. I'm actually walking up from the downtown area because you're going to meet somebody here, somebody special. I don't know if I've mentioned this person before, but just wait. Who could this be? This is
It's BD.
that BD. That's right. Yeah, so this is Dee. She and I have been hitchhiking. Hopscotching. When I got to Pueblo, she was behind me, then she got ahead of me somehow, and now I've caught up to her.
I know, it's crazy.
She's walking across country too. How about that? How many people do you think are walking across country at the same time, huh?
How many?
Especially going west to east.
Nobody does that. Nobody's as crazy as us.
You want to tell everybody what you're doing it for?
Dee goes from trail to trail to raise awareness for domestic violence.
Yeah, so Dee's got a story. You can go to her website at
Dee
Dee goes from trial to trail. You can read about it. It's you know, some of you out there probably experienced it or had a family member experience it. So go see what Dee's all about, and you can learn more about what it's all about. Okay, so this was Dee, and we just had lunch.
Oh, I'm so full. Thank you.
And guess what?
Who's this?
That's Dorothy. And you wouldn't believe it, but she's walking across America too.
What are the chances?
Except she's going the other way. So, Dorothy, say hi.
Hi.
Are you doing this for any sort of reason?
For me.
For me. She's doing it for her. So-
And to help for a good cause with domestic violence.
Well, here's two domestic violencers and some love guy right here. So that's pretty good. Pleasant Hill, all three of us, and Dorothy's continuing on in a few months. Dee and I are continuing on the next couple days. Well, I'm going tomorrow because Dee wants me to find out the good camping places.
I have a plan.
All right. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Thanks, Dee. Thanks, Dorothy. So, an explanation. Who's Dee? Who's Dorothy? So,